Good evening and welcome to the Madden Super Bowl. We are very excited to be here today. A lot of hard work from all of these teams have came together, and now it's all down to just one game. My name is Hunter Boston. Here on my panel is Nick Ragone, Lucas Warren, and Katie Every. Of course, we got to look at this matchup, and that's the number 5 seed Nick Goodman versus the number 6 seed Riley Carlson. Before we get into the conversation, let's look at how both these teams got here. Starting with Nick Goodman, started as the 5th seed, playing against the 4th seed Lucas Warren, beat him 36-29. Then went on to play the number 1 seed Cody Bear and beat him 20-14 to get him to the spot where he is now. Now Riley Carlson started out in the first round against Hunter Boston, the 3 seed, unfortunately beat him 29-20. Went on to beat Bobby Phillips, the 2 seed, 63-35. What a thrashing right there. Unbelievable. I want to turn to my panel right here. Guys, what do we think about this matchup?
You know what? I really do think that Nick definitely has a uppercut on winning this match and taking it down the court, just passing it and making that shot.
Absolutely.
I love the takes. I mean, expert take right there from
Thank
Katie.
you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right?
Thank
Yeah, you look at Nick, and like you said, he defeated me on his path to the Super Bowl, and he's just such a technical player. He knows the in and outs of the game. He switches settings that I didn't even know existed before I started playing him. So he's the type of guy that you do not want to go up against, and Riley's Cinderella story might be coming to a close today.
You know, I mean, I agree with a lot of what Lucas and Katie had to say. But at the same time, I feel like Riley has the fact that he's America's team on his side. Everyone's counting him out. Everyone loves an underdog. Everyone loves a Cinderella. So, you know, I'm not going to lie. While all the hype is for Nick, I really like what Riley has brought to the table. Had a massive win in his last game. I see that momentum continuing.
Absolutely. Technicality versus America's team should be a great matchup. But before we can keep talking about this matchup, we need to throw it down to the field at SoFi Stadium for the national anthem and the selection of teams.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hey, I'm Cody.
And I'm Katie, and this is WASU's
Man on the Street. I'm here with Spider-Man. Spider-Man, who's your most listened to artist of 2024 so far?
I would have to say Billy Joel.
And do you like local boon bands at all?
I do. I've seen quite a few in the tap room. Yeah.
Then you know what you'll love. Battle of the Bands, WASU, April 12th.
So who's y'all's most listened to artist?
Oh gosh, probably like Zach Bryan, Elliott Smith.
And do you listen to any local balloon bands?
No, not really. I can't say I do.
Well, April 12th, you have a chance. Battle of the Bands.
Are you more of a honk shoe individual or a honk me individual?
I'm a honk shoe.
Honk shoe. You know what you'd love? Battle of the Bands. Are you guys going to Battle of the Bands?
Yes!
Are you going to WASU's Battle of the Bands? They'll be there.
If you could be a music artist, who would you be?
I could be any music artist.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'd probably be a part of Tedeschi Trucks, the band. Guitar specifically.
All right. You know what else I think you'd like?
Excuse me?
You know what else I think you like?
What?
Battle of the Bands, April 12th. Be there.
Are you getting your money up or your funny up?
Definitely funny up. My money is in the ditch right now.
Me too. If you're getting your funny up, you know what you'd love? Battle of the Bands, WASU, April 12th. Are you going to WASU's Battle of the Bands on April 12th? I knew you were.
Hello, complete and utter stranger. If you could be a restaurant, which restaurant would you be?
If I could be a restaurant?
Yeah.
Like, is my body turning into the restaurant, or am I working for the restaurant?
You are the restaurant.
I am the restaurant. Like the face of the restaurant?
No, you are the restaurant.
Interesting. Okay. I think I'd want to be a food truck, so I'm at least mobile.
What kind of food truck?
Well, let's see. I think that it would probably be best for me to be a kind of coffee food truck. You know, not a lot of hot oils running around in there, but a lot of great, delicious beverages. So.
That's fair. You know what else I think you like?
What?
Battle of the Bands, April 12th.
April 12th.
What are you doing on April 12th?
That actually happens to be my birthday.
It's your birthday? I have a great birthday party planned for you. Battle of the Bands at WASU.
Yes.
Colts?
Yes.
I hate this, bro.
Yeah. Lions, all right. Titans, all right.
Oh, should we keep the Titans? The Titans are nice, bro.
Titans, yeah. Just feed.
They have Ryan Tannehill, right?
Oh,
Yeah, they have Tannehill, but they have Henry, so.
And they have Washington.
we're keeping them.
I'm Bobby Phillips. I'm about to go out on campus and absolutely prank some people.
All right, I'm here with Nick. How do you feel about the team you chose today?
Well, I feel excellent. I mean, the Bucks are a fantastic team. You know, I've been playing with them throughout this whole tournament. I know I'm going to win today.
Thanks, guys. Riley, you got a bummy fluke win last time. Now you got a bum team and some trash uniforms. What is your plan today?
my plan is to just overcome all of the accusations that are coming at me with the bum team, the bum uniforms. You know, we talked to them pregame, and they're more than excited. They're fired up. Yeah, those little characters inside the game. They're freaking out. Yeah.
You heard it here, guys. Nick is going to own Riley today. It's got the coaches here. Doesn't matter. Nick by 100.
Welcome back to the pregame show here. Great national anthem for our very own Noah Cornelius. Very congratulations to him as well. And of course, we know the teams now. We know who's going to be playing in this game. We know who's going to be competing. So it's going to be Riley with the Titans, Nick, the home team, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What's our first thoughts on this?
I mean, those are really great teams. I mean, it's the Buccaneers versus Totino Pizza Rolls. Crazy pick. I mean, as the puck goes down the court, I can find it to be kind of tricky to pick which team might have the upper hand, but I think it will be over 2 for Nick.
Okay.
Where do you get these
Yeah,
stats
yeah,
from,
Paul-
Katie?
I
She
know.
just has all the stuff that I didn't even know. But
I know, right?
These teams are huge. It couldn't have been a bigger team selection. We do the randomized, but we were talking pregame, me and Nick and I, and there seems to be a little bit of a Buccaneer merchant going on here. Nick, 2 times with the Buccaneers. He beat me as a Buccaneer. Now in the Super Bowl, the best team in the game. Tom Brady known to have a broken ability. Look, Nick's a great player, but he seems to get a lot of luck in this team selection. Riley not as fortunate. Hopefully he can overcome the advantage that Nick has gotten with the Buccaneers.
You know, I think the matchup, it speaks for itself, and we've got the cover athlete, well, at least one of them in Tom Brady, one of the best quarterbacks to ever do it, one of the easiest quarterbacks to use in all of Madden. But at the same time, on the other hand, with the Titans, there are very few people that are more fun to use than Derrick Henry. You get that bulldozer active, and there's no one harder to bring down. So I think the matchup, I think it's a little balanced. I really like what the Buccaneers have, but at the same time, being able to use Derrick Henry on halfback stretch might be unstoppable.
Absolutely. So we know the matchup. We know the teams. I feel like there's only one thing left we can do. Who's going to win this ball game?
I definitely think Nick is going to win this ball game with the Buccaneers versus Teen Titans, you know?
Yeah, I got to go with Katie. She's the expert takes. But personally, Nick's the best Madden player I've ever seen. I saw him calculate his way to multiple wins. He beat the #1 seed Cody. He's a lot like a quarterback we like to call maybe the best of all time, Patrick Mahomes, coasting his way through the regular season and then starting to play serious when the lights are the brightest, winning in the playoffs. That's what Nick has done, and I think he continues.
I mean, that's a really good point, Lucas. I do agree that, while he was a little sleepwalky during the regular season, I do think that he has turned it on in the playoffs, upsetting the #1 overall seed. It speaks for itself. I think he's been a little more battle-tested, Nick, on his road to the championship. But at the same time, I do think Riley, a little bit of, like I said, underdog status, kind of has some, it's like a nice calming feeling when you're not really playing, with the pressure of being the top dog. So for that reason, I'm sticking with the Titans. I'm sticking with Riley. I think it's going to be a really, really good game. I'm saying Riley wins by 1 point. Goes for 2 at the end of the game.
Okay,
Ooh, what a
love
take.
that.
Wow.
I love that bold take right there.
That's
I'm
a
with
very
y'all too.
bold take.
I do think it's going to be Nick. I've seen him firsthand. He is unbelievable at what he does. So, well, it's game time. So let's send it up to David Katzenmeyer and Bobby Phillips up in the booth.
Thank you very much, Hunter, as we welcome you into the booth here at SoFi Stadium. David Katzenmeyer and Bobby Phillips joining you from sunny Los Angeles, California, as we are ready to get this Super Bowl kicked off. But before we get rolling, Bobby, I got to ask, what are some of your thoughts about this highly contested matchup?
Well, David, this is for sure supposed to be a really heated matchup today. Both players today forged by fire through this tournament, playing a lot of higher seeds, making some big upsets. So I'm expecting a nice scrappy game where we see it go right down to the wire.
The 6 and the 5 seed ready to kick off here in the Super Bowl.
Hey, you there.
Hello?
Do you like local music?
I love local music. Why?
Well, a thing we're hosting on April 12th is WASU's Battle of the Bands.
Oh my God, what is that?
It's where we're having 8 bands compete in it. It starts at 5 p.m. and they'll battle it out to see who's the best local band in Boone.
I would love to go.
Yeah, and you want to know the best part? It's absolutely free. So make sure you pull up at 5 p.m. to the Beasley Media Complex next Friday for WASU's Battle of the Bands.
I had plans, but I'm canceling them. I'm going.
Let's grow. Let's go. I'm excited to see you there.
Eight competitors began this tournament, and it's now down to 2. It all comes to this moment. The Tennessee Titans, represented by Riley Carlson, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, represented by Nick Goodman, are ready to take the field to see who will win the WASU Madden tournament. It's going to be a great one. David Katzenmeyer, Bobby Phillips, ready to call this beautiful Super Bowl matchup from SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, California, as these two teams will be represented. The Buccaneers in the full white uniforms with the Tennessee Titans, an interesting combo. Bobby, tell us a little bit more about what they're wearing.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an interesting mashup today for the Titans. They're wearing some throwback helmets back to their Oilers days in Houston, along with some nice dark navy blue jerseys matched by the powder blue, light blue pants with their uniforms. It's sure to be a little bit of an interesting mashup. Not really sure why the team decided to go with that, especially in a game as big as the Super Bowl. We'll see how it'll affect them in the game.
Yeah, no, I kind of want to throw up looking at them, but we're gonna keep it rolling here as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Typically, you see the home team wearing some of the darker colors, but it's changed up here today as we're ready to head down to the center of the field to see the coin toss. This will be shown to both teams. Flips and it's landed. Phasing through the ground a little bit. Gotta love Madden physics. As our head referee will head down and pick it up. Everybody's clapping. Congratulations, guys. The coin flip happened.
We will see after a little bit. You gotta love Madden for this. Not really explaining what's going on.
Yeah, no kidding.
We'll see very shortly, hopefully, what these teams will be working with to start out the game.
And that we will, as both teams are ready to get going. Darrington Evans, App State alumni, standing in the end zone as the home team with Nick Goodman and the Buccaneers will defer their option to the second half. So Riley Carlson and his offense will get things going first with the Tennessee Titans. We're ready to roll here in the Madden Super Bowl from Los Angeles, California. Any final thoughts before we kick it off, Bobby?
I'm just so privileged to be here, David. I'm expecting a great night of football. It is sure to be an exciting end to the season.
That it will, as we see Nick get things kicked off, head into the animation, and we are underway. 8-minute quarters here in this Super Bowl as Evans is going to take it straight up the middle of the field. Not looking for any type of a cut, just trying to push the pile. He'll be down right about the 25-yard line. So we'll see Ryan Tannehill and company take the field for the first time under the lights of SoFi.
And I don't like the decision to bring out the ball right there. You're kind of deep in the end zone, and it ends up costing you 2 more yards than if you just decide to take a knee.
2 receivers set. Derrick Henry in the backfield. They'll give it to the bulldozer. He'll look left side, find a hole. He'll push up for a gain of 7 or 8. It'll be officially an 8-yard run for Derrick Henry, so a good start for Riley Carlson.
Yeah, I'd be expecting that a lot from the Tennessee Titans tonight. Derrick Henry is what this offense runs through. If I'm Nick, I'm playing very close up and trying to prevent that from becoming too big of a problem.
Now in shotgun formation is Tannehill. He'll take the snap, fire a screen quickly, but it's covered up by Nick. Ball is dropped. Great defensive stand from Nick Goodman, and it brings up a quick 3rd and 2 for the Tennessee Titans and Carlson.
Yeah, that's something that Nicholas Goodman is known for, is guarding with that secondary player. He's really good at filling in those gaps and making sure that whatever offense is up against him has a really tough time passing.
Here's a handoff from under center, and it's easy for Derrick Henry.
And as we know, in Madden, Derrick Henry is almost impossible to stop no matter what you do. And even if you try and cover up and try and get close and blitz, then all of a sudden the backfield opens up and the Titans can air that ball out. You know, Tannehill, not the best quarterback of all time, but still can make some of those difficult passes. So you have to watch out if you are Nick.
Nick Rigode said at the pregame show that Derrick Henry was going to be a force to be reckoned with. So far, that has been the case. Tannehill under center, looks to his right. That's where Henry will move. He has some space out to the edge. Easy first down for Derrick Henry and a few more as he is tackled out of bounds. So far, 3 rushes for 29 yards for the big man.
Yeah, not the most creative use of the playbook early on for Riley Carlson, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's doing a great job and is marching up this field.
Going to be another handoff. Nope, play action. Fires over the middle of the field. Wide open into the end zone. Holy shit, what was Nick doing? What an easy touchdown for Jones.
And the defense just went honk shoe on defense right there and left the backfield wide open, giving Riley possibly the easiest touchdown of his entire life.
Bobby, I'd call that a honk me, because there was nobody in sight. Fake point after attempt here, and it goes nowhere. So the score will remain 6-0.
And that right there was a boneheaded play by the Tennessee Titans. It's early on in the game. I do not understand the need to go for 2. We know Nick, he plays by the playbook and will go for 1 every single time. And when you have the lead, why the hell would you do that?
Riley took the foot out of the game, and it was a horrible decision. 6-0, 6:09 to go in the first quarter. We're going to get a touchback as now we'll get to see Nick Goodman operating Tom Brady and this Buccaneers offense. It's the 3rd time that Nick has been able to play with the Buccaneers, and there's been some luck involved with that, Bobby.
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, as you watch during the pregame and everybody at home, you know, all these teams are random. It's a little bit up to chance, but some people are calling this a Mickey Mouse run from Nick Goodman for getting such good teams. He's not really had to face too many challenges.
We'll see how Riley tackles Tampa Bay and Mike Evans right here. See him under shotgun. See him under center, excuse me. Nick users over to the right with Rob Gronkowski, then hands to Jones the second to the backfield, and he is swallowed up. Nowhere to go. It's a loss of 1 on the opening play for the Bucs.
Yeah, great job by Riley right there, setting up the iron curtain, not allowing the running game to get started early. Makes Nick have to start thinking about what he's going to do in the future of this game. I know he's still looking at the script, still deciding what he's going to do for his opening drive, so he's not sweating too much, but that's not something he would like to see too often.
2nd and 11, 3 receivers to the near side of the field. That's where Brady looks. He'll dump it off underneath, and it'll be a quick completion.
However, that will be for a loss, I believe, David, for -1 yards to Gronkowski, so now Nick's in a very tricky situation, is in quite the pickle.
Dug himself a hole here on 3rd and 12. 5 minutes and 15 seconds left here in the first. Brady alone in the backfield. 5 pass catchers out wide. Brady, high snap, rolls to his right, staying in the pocket. Now he's flushed. Brady gonna move with his legs. Where can he go? Absolutely nowhere. A sack as Riley comes out of the gates firing on defense.
Yeah, and Riley is just cooking in the stew right now, giving all the pressure on Nick. And now Nick is forced to punt, and Riley is in expert position for the rest of this game.
It's a 3-and-out for Nick Goodman, and it's going to be good field position for Riley Carlson. However, he cannot evade the first tackle. He'll be taken down to the 35, and that's where the Titans will set up shop. Riley is no stranger to scoring early and often, as he's outscored opponents in this tournament 92-55. That's 46 points on average per game. Tannehill under center with Derrick Henry behind him. That's exactly where he'll go. Henry looks left, then cuts back to the right. We do have a flag on the play. It'll be our first penalty marker and piece of laundry on the field here in the Super Bowl.
And that will end up being a holding call on the Titans. A little bit unfortunate if you are Riley trying to get the run game going again early on, but now it's 1st and 18. Maybe try and look to the air, get yourself in good position going into the rest of this drive, and maybe get closer to 2nd and 2 and then run the ball.
Ryan Tannehill hasn't had to do too much work. He had the 46-yard touchdown pass. Now he'll throw into coverage right back to Jones. It'll be completed.
And exactly what I predicted there, David. He gets to a 2nd and 2 situation. So we'll see if Riley decides to run the ball. He might air it out. It's a little bit tricky for Nick to decide what Riley is going to do, because Riley can do either one and then has a whole nother down to decide to get the short gain.
2nd and 2. Tannehill stays in the pocket, fires. It'll be caught. Open receiver down the left side of the field. Spin moves and jukes him into the end zone. And Riley Carlson, with A.J. Brown, takes it 56 yards for the touchdown. And oh boy, look out Nick Goodman. He's in some trouble.
Yeah, and calling Nick Helen Keller the way this defense is blind to Riley's offensive playbook, not able to read anything at all, and just Riley's been able to march right down the field.
He'll take the foot out of the game and continue to do it. Tannehill alone in the backfield, fires to the right, and an easy 2-point conversion. Nick has got to figure out something, because right now the defense seems like it's non-existent. 14-0. Riley and the Titans are up over the Bucs and Nick Goodman.
Yeah, and Riley is right in the driver's seat, right where he wants to be, and is doing a great job at just keeping his foot on the pedal.
Nick going to take it out of the end zone this time. Angles to the left, now right back to the right. Evades a tackle. Can Nick go all the way across the 50, pushing up to the 40? But we do have a flag on the field.
Depending on what that would be, it is holding on the receiving team. Absolutely crushing if you are the Buccaneers. Seeing something like that after making a great game just can only dishearten you and only make you more frustrated.
Hey, let him play. Who cares? Well, it'll be as if Nick took a touchback. We'll start at the 24-yard line. Shotgun formation. Brady taking way too many steps back, just has to fire it into the ground. Nowhere to go, and so far discombobulated is this Tampa Bay offense.
Yeah, and Riley is doing a great job at keeping Nick uncomfortable. You can tell he's kind of moving around in his seat, not really sure what to do, and Nick is just trying to grab onto anything. It still is yet to get his first down, or
nice dropped in the bucket pass from Brady. Down the far sideline, no one's gonna catch him. Fireworks early here as the Buccaneers are on the board for the first time tonight.
Yeah, David, this is turning into a track meet between both teams, both running up and down the field wide open. Defense almost non-existent. This is looking like the NBA All-Star game.
Chris Godwin just had to turn around and turn the Jets on upfield. Riley and Nick and Suckup taking the field. Up and good.
Yeah, Nick's playbook might be from Alabama because it is a very conservative style of play. He does a great job of taking care of the ball and making the smart decision on offense and making sure that he does a great job at making sure he makes the right decisions.
Bobby, for the love of God, please clarify.
Well, you know, Alabama's historically a very conservative state.
You're talking about Alabama. Oh, no, you're talking about the state.
Yeah, the state. The state of Alabama. Yeah, no.
Wow,
Yeah.
so you were talking exactly what I thought you were talking
about. Yeah, exactly, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, back to the action on the field. Riley Carlson up 14-7 with 3:14 remaining here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and, you know, obviously you can make adjustments on the fly, as I believe Nick is doing right now. But when you look at his playbook opening up, I don't want to give too many heads up to Riley right here, but he's calling a lot of blitzes out of the gate. We'll see if he tries to adjust on field and make audibles as the game goes on.
We're going to see two audibles here. Tannehill yells to his left and to his right. He'll take it and fire to the left side. It's going to be caught.
And that is a strong catch right there from Riley.
Wow, what a combo so far, Julio Jones and Ryan Tannehill. As, you know, Riley was getting counted out for having the Tennessee Titans, but he's got A.J. Brown on one side, Julio Jones on the other. It's looking deadly. Here's a handoff right side. Derrick Henry tries to cut upfield. He'll be tackled short of the 50-yard line, but Derrick Henry having a good game so far. 37 yards on 4 attempts.
Yeah, it looks like Riley is ready to beat you in the air and on the ground as he is just attacking from all angles, and Nick just has no answer early on.
Remember, Riley in his previous matchup in the semifinals against you, Bobby Phillips, 63-35. We'll see what air out over the middle. A hospital ball, thankfully, is not brought down by the Buccaneers. If you're Riley, holy what was he thinking there? That was like quadruple coverage.
Yeah, Riley may have been getting a little bit confident, a little bit more cocky with his play calls because he has been able to make those passes early on in this game, but we'll see if he's able to continue that and maybe try and get a first down here.
32, and the crowd's getting into it. Handoff to Derrick Henry, and it looks like he got it.
Yeah, and you are just absolutely right there if you are Nick Goodman, as there's not really an option for Derrick Henry, especially when you are in 2 to 3 yard territory trying to get that first down.
It really isn't as... You know, Nick Goodman only allowing about 21 points a game so far in this tournament coming into the Super Bowl, but right now Riley is pushing the pace to score 21 in the first quarter alone. Here's another handoff to Derrick Henry right side, and we tackle just shy of the 40-yard line as he's pushing 50 yards in the game.
And right there you can see he would have probably broken out a little bit farther if he wasn't caught on the lineman. You gotta love Madden for inhibiting their players like that.
Absolutely stupid animations. Here's Derrick Henry with a user juke, just cutting his way right back up to the green space in front of him.
Yeah, King Henry is just pulling out the sword and slicing right through the Buccaneers defense as they are just not ready to answer that type of attack on the ground.
God, I love that out of you, Bobby. Handoff. Never mind. And it goes down.
And we can see that our commentary...
I just love my color commentator,
Yeah,
guys.
and I love you too, David. As we see right there as... It was the Buccaneers slicing through the offensive line, and that's our first major sack of the game for the Titans. We'll see how Riley might respond to some of that pressure.
2nd and 21. Could be the last play of the first quarter. Handoff, never mind. Play action, and another tackle and sack. Tannehill should be handing it off to King Henry because he has no idea what the to do with the ball in the backfield right now.
Yeah, now to go into the second quarter, it looks like Riley has 3rd and a mile to try and get a first down. So we'll see if he goes in the locker or not, the sideline and try and create a new game plan.
That is the end of the first quarter. 14-7 your score. Riley Carlson on the prowl, but he has a 3rd and 29 coming up when we begin this second. Let's send it down to our sideline reporter in Pixie Hawker.
I'm here with Nick. I thought he was supposed to win. What's going on with this defense, man?
Yeah, our defense just hasn't been good enough, whether it's stopping Derrick Henry or trying to stop a Julio Jones that suddenly turned back the clock like 6 years. I don't know why he's suddenly making these ridiculous catches like he's back in his prime, but we're figuring it out. We have him in a 3rd and 29. We're gonna bring it back.
Oh, sorry. I'm choking just like my guy Riley Carlson over here. Riley, hot start today, but you just are in a 3rd and 29. What's going on, buddy?
I've been doing great so far. This is my only time that I've been down. I'm up by 7 right now at the moment. I don't know if you look at the scoreboard. Scoreboard. You gotta look at the scoreboard. No.
You know, we're gonna find out at the end of the day, just like Maury, who's gonna call each other daddy.
In the hole, you have to come to Battle of the Bands on April 12th. I'm going. Looks like it. We'll take it. Battle of the Bands, April 12th. I'll see you there. Okay, if I hit the floor with one of these, you have to come to Battle of the Bands on April 12th. Okay. Oh, that counts! That counts!
Welcome back to SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, California, as the Madden Super Bowl is a quarter through. The Tennessee Titans and Riley Carlson are leading Nick Goodman and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 14-7. However, Riley and his squad have a 3rd and 29 to face after back-to-back sacks. Shotgun formation with Derrick Henry lined up to the right of Tannehill. He'll drop back in shotgun. Tannehill takes 2 steps. It'll be 3 straight sacks. Nick Goodman pounding and penetrating Riley's offensive line.
Yeah, and Riley has no answer for this Nick Goodman defense right now. I don't really know why he's playing like this. It's absolutely bum behavior to try and play like this against Nick, who's ready to take full advantage on offense.
It's going to be a fake punt. Riley's airing it out. It's a contested catch, and it's dropped. Incomplete. A ballsy move from Riley Carlson. It does not pay off. So Nick with good field position, and we'll see if Tom Brady can get another tutty on the board.
I didn't know a 3-year-old was controlling Riley's controller right there, because that's just something a little kid would decide to do. No reasoning for that, and it's absolutely a boneheaded play.
Well, Riley told us before the game he might try some trickery if it comes up on the screen, but, you know, Riley, you got to use your head. You can't just give what the playbook has. Brady going to roll all the way out to the right side and just throw it out of bounds. We've really yet to see Tom Brady get into one.
Yeah, Tom Brady, you know, not the most mobile quarterback in the entire world, especially at his age in this game. And in Madden, that is a big factor on how well you can do on offense, is when your quarterback is mobile.
He does have the big touchdown pass, but it was to a wide open receiver. Now we'll see a handoff. Starts left, cuts back to the right. Gain of forward for Giovanni Bernard.
Yeah, Nick is a little bit more methodical with his drives maybe than Riley. He tries to work the defense down, trying to wear it through, and just make smart plays. However, it's not really been working out for him, but suddenly he's starting to gain some traction.
3 receivers set to the right side of the field. Brady audibles. Takes a step back in the pocket, fires left side, finds a streaking receiver, and it'll be tackled after a first down. Tom Brady, 86 yards and a touchdown on 5 attempts so far.
Yeah, the wheels are starting to fall off the bus for Riley Carlson and his defense right now, as Nick is just completely owning him. And as Ryan said, if he keeps doing that, Riley might have to start calling Nick Daddy after this game.
Yeah. So Riley's trying to talk to me in the booth. Don't know what the he's thinking. He should be focused on the game. We're going to see a run, another one, a great one. Giovanni Bernard, 2 rushes, 18 yards. That's what ex-Bengals will do. That's all they do. They just play better for other teams. First and goal. 6 minutes to go here in the first half as Nick is ready to strike with the Buccaneers.
Yeah, and Riley's acting high on crack right now on defense, not being able to do anything and deciding to talk to us. I don't really understand that game plan, David.
High on crack, really? That's the best you had?
Sorry.
That's fine. It's okay, Bobby. We all miss. Let's get to see a run here. Comes back to the right. Nick Goodman has himself a touchdown. An extra point away from a tie game.
And you can start seeing this lead slip away from Riley as Nick is all of a sudden right back in this thing. I think Riley was getting a little bit too comfortable.
Suck up punches it through, and we are tied 14-all midway through the second quarter in the Super Bowl. Has this game lived up to the hype so far that you've been anticipating, Bobby?
I believe so, David. Back and forth, scoring plenty of offense. What more do the fans want? Is really exciting is 14-14 and still plenty of time left in the second quarter.
Turnover on downs. Last time Riley Carlson had the football. He'll barely get back up to the 20, as maybe it wasn't the greatest idea to take it out of the back of the end zone, but nevertheless, he'll get things started at the 19-yard line. 5:32 left here in the second.
And the way Riley is playing, I'm not really sure if he'll ever see the other side of the field this half. He has not been able to get the ball moving up the field like he did in that first quarter.
Formation turns into a handoff for Derrick Henry. He'll cut to the left, then back to the right. 68 yards on 8 rushes for Derrick so far.
And typical Madden right there, as it seemed like Nick was pretty prepared for a run, but, you know, Riley, Derrick Henry, that's just going to poke right through.
Tannehill under center. 2 receivers to each side of the line. He'll give to Derrick Henry in the backfield. Henry dances around and can't evade a tackle. Nowhere to go for Derrick Henry.
Yeah, it seems like Riley was trying to run around the defense, but I don't really know where he was trying to go because Nick was right in his home and he could not escape.
He was where?
Right in his home in the backfield.
Oh, you said home. I said hole.
No, home.
That would have been weird.
Yeah, that would have been a little bit more awkward.
14-14, handoff Derrick Henry here, 2nd and 12. As Henry has struggled these last 2 runs. It'll be 3rd and 9, but the last couple times that Riley's gone to Tannehill, 3 straight sacks. What does he do here, Bobby?
I believe you have to take it to the air because it is 3rd and 9. However, it is Madden, so a run isn't the worst idea in the world. However, I expect Riley to go to the air.
It's the loudest the crowd's been all night. Tannehill, quick pass up to the right side, and he's going to fall a yard short of the first down marker. 4th and 1 on the way. Huge chance here for Riley if he wants to go for it.
And this is an easy play call. If you are Riley, run it right up the gut with Derrick Henry. It's almost a guaranteed first down the way that this game has been going. I don't see any world where he doesn't try and run it up the middle.
Riley's going to go for it. 4th and a long one. In his own territory. Oh! And he blew the bunny!
Maybe the dumbest play we have seen all day, David. Why would you not give it to Derrick Henry if you are going to run it? One of the best running backs in the entire league, but no, let's make the boneheaded play and make a turnover on downs.
I know you just got flashbacks of the Indianapolis Colts season.
Don't remind me, David. I'm still mad about that.
I know you are. 3:33 after another turnover on downs. Tom Brady rolls right, has room to work with, dumps it off to his running back, and he had one man to beat, but Riley chases him down. Looks to be it up for a first down, and it is. Move the chains as Nick Goodman has a chance to take the lead, and the crowd's getting into it.
Yeah, I know Riley was
Love the
being
chance.
excited early on, and, you know, he is America's favorite. However, now Nick is showing why he deserves to be here and why his game has been developing so well.
Here goes Brady on a crossing route. It's a first down to Evans.
Yeah, it looks like Nick is completely in the driver's seat now in this second quarter. And, you know, if he scores here, I'm not sure if Riley will ever score again in this first half. It might be out of luck going into the rest of this game.
And we're going to see as Brady stands at the 20-yard line. Ball marked to the 15. Shotgun formation with a running back to his right. Bunch to the left with two receivers. Another one on the line on the right side. Here's another handoff. It's going to be close to a first down inside the 10-yard line. Jones the second. Already has a touchdown. Takes his third rush up to the 6.
Yeah, it seems like the lights may have been too bright for Nick early on in this game, but now he's getting a little bit more comfortable being able to read Riley's defense a little bit more, and you're seeing the results of that.
Tom Brady over the middle. It's a Mike Evans touchdown.
Yeah, great touchdown right there from Nick, slicing through the defense, and Riley is just falling completely apart for him, and we don't really know how he'll respond back, David.
We really don't. Get to see Suck Up back out on the field. God, I love that name. Another one up, and it is good. So Nick sticks to the tradition of keeping the foot in the game, 21-14. He now leads Riley Carlson and the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, Riley is not in a good position. If I am him, you need a touchdown before the end of the half. You don't want just a touchdown. You need a touchdown if you have any chance of responding back in the second half.
Gotta wonder what's going through his head right now as we hit the 2-minute warning. So Riley's going to have 2 minutes to work with to try and get down the field and tie this one heading into halftime. But so far, Ryan Tannehill has not been reliable with the ball. Apart from that one big touchdown to Julio Jones, Derrick Henry, he's been obsolete the last 2 possessions. Like to throw with Tannehill here on first. Crossing route. Intercepted! What a pass! The return is going to go all the way into the end zone. It's a pick 6.
And Riley right there throwing a Stevie Wonder, maybe costing him the entire game, as Nick now has a 2-touchdown lead and I believe gets the ball to start the second half. You are in a terrible position if you are Riley Carlson.
Nick just
Yeah, you said it best right there, David, as, you know, the Titans are absolutely right now, and they just have no answer. Riley, I think he might as well quit right now while he's behind by a respectable score.
I'm sorry, everybody. That was vile. I apologize to all of our audience out there. Oh, boy, it's kickoff. Riley brings another one out, the 25.
I think that, I believe, is the first return from Riley that has actually gotten past the 25-yard line. But it's only a yard. I think Riley should start settling for maybe stopping the clock, letting it get a touchback, and just get a better position on the field generally.
Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like I need a formal apology after that. Derrick Henry takes the rock, brings it up for a first down.
Yeah, David,
Riley's
the crowd is
gonna run
getting
no huddle
into
here.
it right now as they are doing the FSU chant. And I don't know why neither of these
pass
teams
over
deserve it.
Derrick Henry tries to run to the sideline. He'll be out of bounds. A minute 26 on the clock.
And you see Riley going for a little bit more smaller chunk plays, just trying to get something going. However, he only has a minute 26 left to go about 60 yards, so he'll maybe have to try and get 1 or 2 big plays sooner or later. 4
receivers, and instead they elect to hand it off to Derrick Henry. He's had some productive carries, but that won't stop the clock. Runoff gets us down to a minute 13. 30-1. Riley elects to run again, and it's going to be close. Did he get it? Timeout taken. We'll see. And it will be a first down, just barely crossing.
And you can hear the fans very upset with that call as they believe he was short. However, they did not take the timeout to review, so that might be controversial going on.
Tannehill spins to his left, now rolls, fires to a wide open Derrick Henry, but Ryan Tannehill just sucks that much.
Yeah, and Derrick Henry, he's known for speed, but right there running like a turtle, not able to catch up to that pass.
Take it down the ice.
61 seconds, 2nd and 10. Tannehill Rolls left, looking down the field. Finds a man on the sideline. It's going to be A.J. Brown. Caught for a first down. He'll stay in bounds, however.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
I'm not really sure. Madden
I don't know.
Doesn't do the best.
Oh, there
the
it goes.
clock is running, ladies
Let's
and
go,
gentlemen.
Madden.
Yeah, and we will see Riley take a timeout. You gotta love Madden when it does shit
God,
like
I love
that.
Madden.
You think the clock stops, you're starting to decide a new play, and then all of a sudden you're realizing it's f***ing you over, and now all of a sudden 20 seconds have run off, and you're shit out of luck on your drive. But Riley was able to pick it up and only run off an extra 2 seconds.
He takes his second timeout. He's got one left in the bag with 52 seconds. Handoff, Derrick Henry, right side, tackled in the backfield.
And that is just one of the dumbest plays we've seen all day. Besides that pick six, why would you run when there is only 50 seconds left on the clock?
Tannehill just heaves one. How the hell did he do that? Ryan Tannehill, you don't throw the ball like that in real life.
Well, this is Madden, David, so you can expect nearly anything. You know, Tom Brady can run 90-yard touchdowns. Travis Kelce can actually have, like, an awesome, cool girlfriend and not that lame girl Taylor Swift in this. So we'll see how it goes.
Cody Bear stepping into the booth, ready to punch Bobby Phillips to my right. Here's a throw as A.J. Brown steps out of bounds. 22 seconds to go. Riley, a methodical drive here. He's now inside the 10-yard line.
And I would like to apologize to those who write my paychecks. You know, I hope there are some people who could back me up with things like that. I did not truly mean that. I apologize to Cody Bear.
Tannehill fakes the handoff, rolls right, looking towards Derrick Henry, elects to take it on the ground. No, he'll fire it. It's a touchdown to A.J. Brown. Sneaking his way into the corner is A.J., as now it's down to a one-touchdown game, barring an extra point for Riley.
Yeah, and that was crucial right there for Carlson to try and get to the end zone, because now it's only a one-score game. Yes, Nick does get the ball in the second half, but you're hoping it can stay
Bobby,
somewhat
you know what we
close.
just watched? Bobby,
What?
we just saw Riley kick. He did something traditional. Did you see that?
Do you
Did
think
see
Riley
that?
maybe maintained a
Is
head
he
injury
feeling okay?
somewhere?
I don't know. I have
I was not
absolutely no
expecting
idea.
that from him.
That's a little crazy. 14 seconds to go. Kickoff will be taken out of the end zone by Nick Goodman. Dancing back and forth as Nick's going to come up just shy of the 25. He's got 10 seconds left. We'll see if he decides to take a knee or if he's going to try and do something with a little bit of time left on the clock.
I think you might as well go for it. You know, you're in really good position. You're up by a score. You're getting that ball at halftime. I don't see why Nick wouldn't try and chuck it deep. But, you know, you never know with Nick. He likes to play close to the game plan and maybe not try and take as many risks. But I think you should go for it here.
We'll see. It'll be a handoff as maybe a gain of 1 or 2 for Jones, as that's going to run down the clock. 3, 2, 1, and take us into halftime. A big second quarter for Nick Goodman has him up 28-21, and we'll now send it down to Pixie Hawker with a halftime or pre-halftime report with Nick Goodman.
I'm here with Nick. So glad he finally learned how to play again in the second quarter. Do you think you proved in the past 8 minutes that you are the better player?
Yeah, once I made some defensive adjustments and started to shut Riley down, I mean, you got to see the offense. I just had to get some momentum. I had to get some rhythm going. But once I got it going, it kept going and going and going. City Boys up!
Let's hope you keep going.
I'm Bobby Phillips. I'm about to go out on campus and absolutely prank some people.
Hello and welcome back to the studio for this NFL on WASU halftime show. I'm joined by the lovely cast of Pixel Peak. Just as a reminder, I'm Nicholas Ragone. I'm joined by Kylie Carner, Elena Jones, and Brandon Lopez. So let's start. What's your reactions to the game so far?
Interesting. The Smurfs don't know what they're doing.
They really don't.
They're kind of sporadic, and some of the players don't think because they just run right into the Pirates. I don't know what's going on.
Elena, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. Who are the Smurfs?
It's the blue people on the field.
The blue people, the Titans?
I feel like that was...
Are you talking about the Titans?
Teen Titans are here?
No, just the Titans, not the Teen Titans. They're like adult Titans. You know, they all graduated college, I think.
Oh, okay.
Some of them left as juniors, but most of them graduated college.
Okay. Yes, sorry. The Titans.
Yeah.
are not the brightest.
Do you guys feel confident that Riley?
Oh, but their uniforms sure are. Their uniforms are the brightest, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, they're a little ugly, but we're not going to talk about it. Okay?
Very.
Just a little.
The helmet doesn't match the uniforms, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Okay, so
We'll speak to their
Brandon, can you tell me, do you think Riley can make the comeback in the second half?
Hell no. If that second quarter said anything, Brady's getting his 8th ring. It's going to happen.
Wow, someone who actually knows football. Wow, I didn't expect that.
Everyone knows Brady's ring count.
Okay, that's true.
Brags about it enough.
So, Kylie, can you tell me a little bit about the keys to the second half for both of them, really?
I think it would be key if Madden wasn't so terrible. I honestly think that Madden is like if The Sims 4 wasn't good.
Okay, I'm gonna interrupt you there, Kylie.
Okay.
Well, I do agree with what you're saying about Madden. It's not
Okay.
untrue. What the does that have to do with what I asked you?
The graphics are bad, man. If the graphics aren't good, the players can't catch their balls.
I'm going to be completely frank with you. I don't know jack shit about football. You want to know what I do
Madden
know
has
things
so much
about?
jank. The casters are saying like all over the place. Jank, jank, jank. It's just, why does it exist?
I mean, what was that coin toss? It went into the ground.
Everybody clapped. Why was everybody clapping?
I'm supposed to be.
They're not all
interviewing
supposed to be
you guys.
happy
You guys are
about
not
it.
supposed to be interviewing me. Okay, I'm
No,
the
no.
host.
Tell me, what do you think of the Madden franchise as a whole?
I mean, it's garbage, but
Let's
that's not
talk
what we're going
about
to talk about. We're going to
Madden.
talk about the game. The game
Okay.
is terrible. You know, it's a $70 roster update. It's awful. The physics are garbage.
Has the animation changed since the game first came out?
No, and it's okay. It's
This
ridiculous.
is an insane
I think
scale.
we need to have a word with Madden about these graphics.
Yeah.
I agree.
man. It's
Why
like-
are we here in the first place doing all this when we don't give two rad about the game that we're talking about?
Okay, well, I'm quite enjoying the game.
I like the football part of it. Just
I'm
not
an
the Madden
unpaid
part of
intern.
it.
They just put me in this chair so they couldn't fill anyone else in this chair. I'm just spouting nonsense.
What?
I don't know. I think the game is very entertaining.
The game is entertaining. Yeah. So, last question before we move on.
The Pirates are doing wonderfully.
Okay. Do you think Riley was too aggressive in the first half? You know, he went for 2 twice. He got it once, so
Right.
that kind of balances itself out. But he went for a fake punt. He went for 2 twice.
Right.
Do you think that's the difference in the game right now?
I don't know. I think he was being confident. Nothing wrong with having confidence.
Yeah.
You got to showboat every once in a while.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
No.
they
I
say
think-
big confidence, big thing.
Right? Exactly.
Do they say that?
I think they do. I'm almost positive.
Oh, okay.
You know, why wouldn't they be? The Pirates, if anything, should take notes from the Teen Titans because
Just
they.
the Titans, not the Teen Titans.
Sorry,
The
the
adult
Titans.
The adult Titans.
The adult Titans.
Yeah.
They need to take notes from the adult Titans because then they would, win this.
I mean,
they would do great.
Here's what I think, Ragon. I think that Riley's confidence has paid off, clearly. I mean, look at the score.
He's losing. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know that, actually.
Well, he is losing by 7. He didn't. I mean, it's close. He's down by 7, but Nick is going to get the ball in the second half. So
Wait, which one's the Pirates?
Pirates.
the
Nick.
Bucks. They're the Buccaneers, not the Pirates.
Which one's the Buccaneers?
That would be Nick.
Oh, that's what I meant to say.
Okay,
Nick's confidence has paid off, clearly. Look at the score.
Well, he is playing a little conservatively. Do you think that's been beneficial?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with, being a little bit cautious.
I think it's a good way to combat someone who's really cocky.
Yeah, and I think that their different playing styles, have clearly showed, which is a superior approach.
Fair enough. Well, I think that's all the time we have. We're going to send it back down to the field where we have a magnificent halftime show headlined by none other than Bobby Phillips. Thank you so much for watching.
A child without an eye made a mother cry. Why ask why? She kept a child clean on Buckingham Green. The children saw the eye as a sign from God descending from the sky. It was alright to dream on Buckingham Green. Summoned the queen. Spoke the child of I. It's time to fly. Turning fire to steam. On Buckingham Green. A child without an eye made a mother cry. Why ask why? She kept a child clean on Buckingham Green. Yeah, thank you all for having me. Thank you all for having me. It's a really big privilege to be able to play a halftime show like this here for such a great production. You know, this set list was put together by Cody Bear. Really happy to play this for him. So this next song coming up is What Diener Was Talking About by Ween. Yeah. The wash is out, it's hanging up, and all I have is nothing new. Nothing to do, nothing to say. I think I must be dreaming you. The sun comes up and I'm all washed out. Is this what Diener was talking about? I don't think I will ever return again, my friend. If I was king, I'd wear a ring and never hurt my people. I stay alert and dress to kill. I might even slip you something new. The sun comes up and I'm all washed out. Is this what Diener was talking about? I don't think I will ever return again, my friend. The sun comes up and I'm all washed out. Is this what Diener was talking about? I don't think I will ever return again, my friends. I do not think I will ever return again, my friends. I do not think I will ever return again, my friend. Okay, this next one's a fan favorite, so hope you all know it. Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean man, the voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip. Ocean man, the sequence of a life form bracing the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean man, can you see through the wonder of amazement at the Oberman? Ocean man, the crust is elusive when it casts forth to the childlike man. Ocean man, the sequence of a life form bracing the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean man. Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean man, the crust is elusive when it casts forth to the childlike man. Ocean man, the sequence of a life form bracing the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean man, can you see through the wonder of amazement at the Oberman? Ocean man, the crust is elusive when it casts forth to the childlike man. Ocean man, the sequence of a life form brazen the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean man. And now this will be my final song of the evening. So, I know, yeah. Yeah, I love you too. I love you. I love all of you. I love all of you. So this next song is Up a Rope by Wayne. My dinner's on fire while she watches TV, and if you ever wondered what it's like to be me, she takes all my money and leaves me no smokes, yells at my buddies and insults my folks. I'm breaking my back, doing the best that I can. She got the time for the dog and none for her man, and I can't cope, but I've lost all hope. So hit the f***ing road and up a rope. You can up a rope and you can put on your shoes. Hit the road, get truckin'. Pack your bag, I don't need the ag. You ride my like a horse in a saddle. Now you're up creek with a turd for a paddle. And I can't cope, up a rope. Well, you can up the rope and feel the for the last 6 months, I've been packing your bag. I'm sick of your mouth and your 2% milk. And I'm no dope, but I've lost all hope. So hit the you can up a rope and you can put on your shoes. Hit the road, get truckin'. Pack your bags, I don't need the ag. You ride my like a horse in a saddle. Now you're up creek with a turd for a paddle. And I can't cope, up a rope. You can up a rope and you can put on your shoes. Hit the road, get truckin'. Pack your bags, I don't need the ag. You ride my like a horse in a saddle. Now you're up with a turd for a paddle. And I'm no dope, up a rope. Thank you. I'm Bobby Phillips. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Cody.
And I'm Katie, and this is WASU's
Man on the Street. I'm here with Spider-Man. Spider-Man, who's your most listened to artist of 2024 so far?
I would have to say Billy Joel.
And do you like local boom bands at all?
I do. I've seen quite a few in the tap room, yeah.
Then you know what you'll love. Battle of the Bands, WASU, April 12th.
So who's y'all's most listened to artist?
Oh gosh, probably like Zach Bryan, Elliott Smith.
And do you listen to any local balloon bands?
No, not really. I can't say I do.
Well, April 12th, you have a chance. Battle of the Bands.
Are you more of a honk shoe individual or a honk me individual?
I'm a honk shoe.
Honk shoe. You know what you'd love? Battle of the Bands. Are you guys going to Battle of the Bands?
Yes!
Are you going to WASU's Battle of the Bands? They'll be there.
If you could be a music artist, who would you be?
I could be any music artist.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'd probably be a part of Tedeschi Trucks, the band. Guitar specifically.
All right. You know what else I think you'd like?
Excuse me?
You know what else I think you like?
What?
Battle of the Bands, April 12th. Be there.
Are you getting your money up or your funny up?
definitely funny up. My money is in the ditch right now.
Me too. If you're getting your funny up, you know what you'd love? Battle of the Bands, WASU, April 12th. Are you going to WASU's Battle of the Bands on April 12th? I knew you were. I knew you were.
Hello, complete and utter stranger. If you could be a restaurant, which restaurant would you be?
If I could be a restaurant?
Yeah.
Like, is my body turning into the restaurant, or am I working for the restaurant?
You are the restaurant.
I am the restaurant. Like the face of the restaurant?
No, you are the restaurant.
Interesting. Okay. I think I'd want to be a food truck, so I'm at least mobile.
What kind of food truck?
Well, let's see. I think that it would probably be best for me to be a kind of coffee food truck. You know, not a lot of hot oils running around in there, but a lot of great, delicious beverages. So.
That's fair. You know what else I think you like?
What?
Battle of the Bands, April 12th.
Yes, April 12th.
What are you doing on April 12th?
That actually happens to be my birthday.
It's your birthday? I have a great birthday party planned for you. Battle of the Bands at WASU.
Riley, just getting back out of halftime, I got one question for you. Will you stop being a fucking dumb please? What are you doing on 4th down? 2 4th down conversions that didn't work. What was going through your head?
I'm not going to lie, Ron, I got a little cocky in that situation. I thought, this is just for fun. I'm up 14-0. What can go wrong? But at the end of the day, once I started going down, I'm like, I actually really want to win this game. So now we're trying again. That last drive was trying. And, it's fine. We're only down by 7. We can come back. We just got to wait on him to make a mistake. And also, I'm a little tired. My bedtime's like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah, you want to go honk me, but I'm trying to go honk shoe with the way you're trying to play out here. This really sucks. But Nick started to talk to you over there. What do you think about that?
You know what? I think I don't like the fact that he's trying to talk when he's up. You know what I'm saying? To keep the same energy when you're down. When he's down, he's shaking in his boots. So I really can't respect it.
It's time for the start of the third quarter as we welcome you back out of the halftime break. If you remember correctly, Nick Goodman deferred his option to the second half. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, up by 7, will get the ball to start. As a lot of chatter throughout halftime between these two competitors. Riley came out of the gates guns blazing, scored 14 unanswered to get things going. Nick responded with 4 straight touchdowns in return. Right before the half, Riley was able to get another touchdown on the board, so that brings us to our score of 28-21. Momentum in the hands of Nick Goodman. We'll see if he can capitalize. Shotgun formation. It'll be a handoff up the middle. Go up to the 30-yard line for Jones.
Yeah, those are the types of plays that really hurt Riley in that second quarter. Obviously the chuck plays kill you, but obviously he was laying up just too many give-and-go balls that were just short gains, and over time it just wore him down, and his defense just can't respond.
2nd and 5. Brady under center. Goes to the back behind him. Moving to the right is Jones. He's pushed across for a first down.
Yeah, it seems like even Nick couldn't believe that one, but that's Madden for you, baby. Just you think you're going to get tackled, all of a sudden you get pushed from behind you, you get an extra 10, 12 yards out of that play.
Teleportation's my favorite superpower. What's yours?
I would say probably time control.
Why?
I don't know. I just came up with one off the dome. That was just the first thing that came to my mind.
I'll put you on the spot. I apologize, Bobby. New set of downs. Fires to the left side. It's a completion.
And those were some of those strong catches that we saw more from Riley in the first half. We'll see if that will really start to benefit Nick. And that's just really frustrating if you are on defense. And, Riley, he's getting absolutely cooked right now by Nick.
There's a dime to Chris Godwin to head into the Titans part of the field.
Brady has his X factor.
Uh-oh. Running back to his left to Giovanni Bernard. Tom Brady with the X factor. Elects to throw. Brady shuffles, throws, and it's tipped and batted down. It's a dangerous pass. What'd you see out of that, Bobby?
Well, Brady's X factor is supposed to flash the open receiver, but when he threw that, he almost threw a Stevie and gave it right back to Riley on defense. So maybe Nick needs to be a little bit more cautious when throwing to those flashing receivers.
Brady remains with the X factor, but instead elects to hand it off. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. Yes. We're going to see a little bit of a selly out of Riley here.
Yeah, it seems like Riley's starting to kind of get a little bit of traction back as he is starting to play better defense. He's starting to talk a little bit of trash to Nick.
3rd and 12. Over a minute gone by here in the third quarter. Nick with a tough, long 3rd down. It's a completion. However, it's going to come up 2 yards short. to his intended receiver in Chris Godwin.
Yeah, and you know, Nick, he's a little bit more of a conservative player, but it looks like he might go out there and go on 4th down.
He's right in the middle of no man's land. From here, it would be roughly a 58-yard field goal. Instead, he elects to go for it on 4th and 2. Picked up 10 yards on 3rd down. What can he do here? Fires, and it's going to be a completion.
And the absolute
Tom Brady's best friend in Rob Gronkowski.
And the absolute balls on Nick to go for it on that play and is able to pick it up. Unlike Riley, who's had very little success on 4th down, I guess you can see why Nick might be the superior player.
What do you like better, Big Nick or Big Carlson?
I got to go with Nick on that one.
As Nick did take the 1st down, so good reason to go with Nick there. He'll shift all the receivers to the left side of the field as he is standing on the near hash. A lot of room to work with to Tom Brady's left. Play action, fires, intercepted by Riley. Read the route perfectly. Open field in front of him. How much can he get? He'll be tackled back at the 25-yard line. But Riley Carlson and the Titans come up with a huge stop when they need it most.
And Riley, that's a big momentum shift right there, taking the life right out of Nick's drive. And he might have a chance to get right back into this thing and tie it up, if not take the lead if he decides to go for 2.
1st and 10 for Tannehill.
Who's your daddy?
Drops back in the pocket. Deep ball here. 50-50 shot, and it's swatted away by Nick. Good job defending A.J. Brown deep down the field.
Yeah, absolutely atrocious pass right there from Carlson, trying to throw it deep. I don't see any world where that would work, especially against a defense like the Buccaneers. Just absolutely atrocious play calling from Carlson.
What were your thoughts on that? Who's that daddy chant the crowd just gave?
I thought it was interesting. This game's getting a little bit more chippy as it's going on. I'm loving to see it.
Screen pass. And it'll be a decent success for Carlson. 3rd and 2 on the way.
Yeah. As we've seen, however, Riley's short game today has not been very good. He's not been really able to execute and penetrate.
Over halfway through the 3rd quarter. Derrick Henry lined up behind Tannehill. That's where they'll go with it. Henry with his first carry of the 2nd half. Gets the 1st down for the Tennessee Titans and Riley Carlson.
And it looks like it'll be 4th and inches. 4th and inches, ladies and gentlemen. I believe Riley's going to go right back into the playbook, right back into the well, and run it up the gut.
Bobby, I have glasses and I'm still blind.
I know. It's crazy. You might want to go get your eyes checked again, David, because I think the refs may have seen something we didn't. It is Madden. There is some going on, but we'll see what Riley decides to do.
Ball is no 36. It's a QB sneak for Tannehill, and did he get it? Did he?
He did not. He did not.
No, he did not. He didn't get it. Riley Carlson elects to go with one of the most britter-boned QBs in the league and doesn't pick up the 1 yard.
And Big Carlson fails to finish once again on offense.
Give me some for that one. Great job. 1st and 10, 3:17 to go here in the 3rd. Nick Goodman, after throwing an interception on the first drive of the 3rd quarter, now has it back in Titans territory. Nice run to push it up towards the 25-yard line.
And you can feel the morale coming out of this Titans team as it felt like they were just right back in this thing, and they give it right back, and now Nick is right back in that driver's seat, right where he wants to be, and is trying to attack once again.
Searching all the way through the playbook. Under 3 minutes now. Titans have more yards than the Buccaneers. However, the Bucs have been able to capitalize on bigger situations. Here's Brady. Drops back in the pocket, rolls to his right. He's going to be taken down in the backfield.
Yeah, you can tell Riley's just hoping to get anything, as that seemed like a victory right there. However, still 3rd and 7. Nick can still execute, but Riley is just trying to get something going here in the 2nd half.
That he is, and he's got a good opportunity to try and hold Nick to a field goal chance. 3rd and 7. Nick switching up the playbook pretty violently. I got a little epilepsy from that one. Brady shuffling, fires. Great catch from Mike Evans. Still be enough for a 1st down as Nick Goodman and Tom Brady stay poised in the pocket to move the chains.
Yeah, it seems like Riley, one of his defenders, were right there in the pocket with Brady. However, he just didn't do anything, didn't even try to tackle him, and it led to the 1st down. Just atrocious play by Carlson's defense.
Still trying to find answers for this run game as there's a decent stop there.
Yeah, we were thinking before this game it would have been Riley to have a really big run game, and he has had some success with that. However, Nick has really gone to the well and really been keeping his foot on the ground, and has really been successful for him. Really big shakeup events that we were not expecting this game.
In this tournament so far, Riley has averaged giving up 27.5 points per game. He's already given up 28 in the 1st half. Can Nick Goodman tack on a few more? 2nd and 6. Brady. Delayed play action. Now he's going to try and run with his legs. Holy He moves like a statue.
Yeah,
wow, that was bad.
Yeah, Brady running, it's like a sloth trying to run out there. One of the most unathletic yet successful quarterbacks we've ever seen in the game. I felt like, Nick was just trying to get something going but was unable to execute.
Surprised he doesn't need a nap after that. 47 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. 3rd and 7 for Nick. Last time he had these numbers, he converted. All the time in the world for Tom Brady. The only guy that was really even rushing gets through as Nick Goodman couldn't pick up the pressure. Dupree takes down Tom Brady, and it's a field goal chance for Goodman.
Yeah, Nick missed a wide open opportunity. I don't know who's square on his team, but he was running a wide open post route, just unable to execute.
Snap back, ball down. Kick is up, and it's right through the middle. 2-possession game. As you can hear audibly from all the way down on the field, Riley saying, "We're fine, we're fine." He's screaming really loudly.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a trickier situation with the field goals. They are playing on all-pro, where field goals are a little bit more tricky to execute, but Nick was able to stay calm and composed and able to make that field goal.
So Carlson's going to bring it out of the end zone, do a little dancy, fancy footwork, and it got him absolutely nowhere.
And that has been Carlson's downfall all night, David. He's taking it out nearly every time from the end zone. And each time except for one time, which was a 1-yard gain, he's had a loss on those runs. I really think he needs to stop doing it, but I guess I can't tell him what to do, but he really needs to change his game plan.
Last play of the third quarter is a handoff to the left side for Derrick Henry. He'll be just shy of the first down marker, and that's where we'll pick up action with a 2nd and 2 when we return for the final 8 minutes of football. And now we'll set it down field side for a quick interview with Riley Carlson.
Riley, only one more quarter to go. You're down 10 right now. Not only are your uniforms making my eyes bleed, your play is as well. Can you please do something good?
Ron, what defines good? What would you think would be good?
I need you to get into the end zone some more, buddy. The hell is this? You're out here watching Nick cook you every time out here. First off, so what you're going to do over here on 4th down, you're going to sneak with Ryan Tannehill. When you have Derrick Henry in the backfield, my buddy, are you stupid or dumb?
Neither. I just thought it's a play that works 95% of the time. I don't know. He must have made an adjustment. We're moving on now, though. I mean, we played some good defense here. We just gotta focus in.
I don't know where this man got his stats. That was a trash play. Riley's still down in the 4th.
I'm back with Nick. You're only up by 10. Do you think you'll be able to hold it together for the rest of the quarter?
Well, I hope so. I'm up 10 with only 8 minutes left in this game. I feel like I'm playing well. I wish I just got the ball to Antonio Brown quicker on that one interception, though. He was wide open, but I decided just to let play action play out for no reason. But that is what it is. I'm up 10. I'll take that.
All right. We saw what happened in the first 8 minutes. Are you sure you'll be able to hold it together for 8 minutes?
Yeah, I'll be able to hold it together.
All right. Let's check it out.
8 minutes separates these two foes as we are ready to start the 4th quarter. Who will go home a champion and who will go home a loser for life? Riley's down by 10 at the moment, and he'll get things started with a handoff to Derrick Henry, and a nice one at that. We haven't seen too much production out of Derrick since the first quarter, but Riley might be able to play the first and the last equally as well.
Yeah, Derrick Henry, he has his X Factor on right now, which is a big weapon in this game, and Nick, he's got to do something to try and contain it.
Has to. 30 seconds have already bled off the clock. Riley's got to score at least twice and stop Nick once. It'll be a play action. Pressure comes in the face of Ryan Tannehill, and he's buried down in the dirt.
And that's been the story of the downfall of Riley Carlson in this game has been sacks in the backfield. He's just not really been able to respond because Derrick Henry is the best player on this team, at least offensively. And you don't really want Ryan Tannehill to be making those big plays.
You're in a tough situation here on 2nd and 18. Carlson elects to throw. Wide open man creasing across the field is Julio Jones. Down to about the 22-yard line and a big-time completion. Riley goes back to the well that we saw in the first quarter, and it's Jones on a big pass.
Well, what the do I know? Apparently Tannehill can make those plays.
Apparently he can when they're wide open. Derrick Henry sheds off 2 tackles, pushes up another one, and it's close to a first down. No huddle for Riley. He's trying to save all the clock that he can. 2nd and inches. Approaching the 6-minute mark. Handoff to Henry. Up the middle. Can Henry push it all the way? He'll be close. Right to about the 1-yard line. Carlson still going at the hurry-up for the Tennessee Titans. Under 6 minutes to play now. Handoff Derrick Henry with the X Factor, and he doesn't get in.
It looks like Riley will try and run it, I guess, at least 3 or 4 times up the gut against Nick.
That's right where he goes back with Derrick Henry, and an easy touchdown. A quick drive down the field ought to have Nick sweating bolts just a little bit. It's 27-31. We'll see if Riley goes for the extra point or if he gets fancy with it.
Yeah, Riley running what I like to call the Hunter Boston special. Nothing but hurry-up offense on that drive. Able to get into that end zone. That's more for the people who watch this league regularly. They know the way that Hunter Boston plays, and Riley executed that style to perfection.
Riley keeps all of his timeouts. Nick has the same. So kickoff up into the air, a couple yards deep into the end zone, as Goodman elects to take it out, weaving and bobbing, snaking his way through, and we're going to get a flag.
Come on, man.
And that'll be a face mask, yes. And coming into this drive, I'm expecting Nick to play a more conservative type of play, more boots on the ground, trying to run as much as possible and try and churn as much clock as possible.
It's going to be tough for Riley. He had Nick pinned back towards the 25-yard line, but instead, Goodman would only have to go 60 yards down the field to ice the game. 5 minutes and 30 seconds as this drive starts. Play action. Brady rolls to his right, as we've seen him do a couple times today. All the time in the world. Brady calling his receivers back. Instead, tries to run, has his feet taken out from under him, and the defender jumps right back on top of him. Dupree apparently has a death warrant against Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady, it looked like he was already going out of bounds. You could have maybe gotten a roughing call, unnecessary roughness, but refs are letting him play, and we're loving it.
Matt, don't call that. 5 minutes to go. Brady under center. Hands off left side. It's Jones. Dances around.
Yeah, coming up right now, it's a 3rd and 8 situation. Riley really needs to get a stop here and try and get the ball back with as much time as possible, because if Nick gets his first down, all of a sudden you're right back where you were earlier, back against the wall, having to get 3 more stops. Right now is crucial for Riley to try and get the ball back.
3rd and 8, clock is running. 31-28. Nick Goodman leading Riley Carlson by 3. Brady dances into the backfield. We got a flag. It's going to be a first down as for now, but we'll see what the flag on the field is. Wow.
And it looks like it may have been possibly a makeup call from earlier trying to attack Tom Brady while giving himself up. It looks like the refs will give that call back to the Buccaneers, and Riley will just have to face the consequences, and now Nick is well into field goal range.
Bobby, what'd you think of that penalty? Was it the right call?
I'm not really sure. I think these refs might be a little bit biased. They might have a little bit of money on the game, but I'm not really one to say. But maybe there's a reason they're reffing the Madden tournament and not the actual Super Bowl.
Great shout out. Great callback. 1st and 10. Handoff right side to Jones. Dances between 2 tackles. Heads to the corner and dances and waltz into the end zone. That could be the icing on the cake for Nick Goodman of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as he scores another touchdown with 4:17 left in this one.
And Nick just zigs and zags and goes right into the end zone right there, and Riley might be completely for the rest of this game.
We're going to have to find out. Down by 10. He's in the same position he was in to start the quarter, but now half the time remaining on the clock. We're going to have to see a miracle out of Carlson if he's going to be able to do anything and come back and win this Super Bowl. Looks like
we'll get a touchback as Riley seems to have finally learned his lesson about taking the ball out of the end zone and saving a little bit of time, because time is the essence going down to the final stretch of this game. Madden, the clock, is a little bit more compressed. You can get away with more and less time, but you really have to be careful with your minutes.
Empty set for Tannehill. He's got Derrick Henry streaking down the sideline with the X Factor. That's where they go, but unfortunately, he's not a receiver. Mr. Butterfingers drops that one.
Yeah, and it looks like Riley's just trying to get anything going. You just have to pray for one of those 50-50 balls to land in your receiver's hands.
Tannehill drops back, fires right side, flag on the play as he connects with the tight end. Riley's initial reaction is roughing the passer, and that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, now I guess those penalties may even out. However, in order for it really to be balanced in this game, Riley has to respond back and get a touchdown of his own.
Still all 3 of his timeouts remaining. 6 seconds to the halfway mark here in the 4th. Tannehill with Henry to his left. Play action. Tannehill fires. Comeback route. Caught by Jones.
And those were some of the passes we saw Riley completing in that first quarter. Maybe he's getting a little bit of that magic back and can march down the field.
Riley Carlson is a veteran QB in real life, and he's showing his ability to read defenses in Madden. Here's a handoff to Derrick Henry to the right side. He'll go no huddle after that play. Only grabs 4. 2nd and 6, 3:22 and counting left. Fires for the end zone. Julio Jones wide open, and he cannot make the catch.
Yeah, it looks like Tannehill absolutely nuked that ball and threw it past the end zone. Not really even giving Julio Jones a chance to try and catch it.
All right, Tannehill's hit the open receivers for the most part in this game, but he's coming back down to earth. The brittle bone quarterback goes right back to Jones, and this time Julio's able to make a play on it. Into the end zone, a quick drive down the field for Riley. Now all he needs is a defensive stop.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is one of the best touchdown catches I have seen in a very long time, let alone in the Super Bowl. If Riley goes on to win this game, that is a play you will be seeing for years to come.
Bobby, you know it's getting serious because we've stopped cussing up in the booth. We're playing this thing straight. This is Riley Carlson. He's putting on a show. It's way past his bedtime, folks. He's normally honk-shoeing right now, but...
And it looks like Riley will go for the onside kick, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. Let's see. Does Riley know the strats?
He does not have the touch.
He does not have the touch.
Yeah. Oh, and Nick gets a big gain after.
If you thought onside kicks were broken in real life, welcome to Madden.
One stop.
Yeah.
One stop.
All 3 timeouts. Just has to hold Nick to a field goal. Already set up in field goal range at the 34 for Ryan Suckup. Hand off to Jones. He'll push left side. Jones motoring his way across the 30 towards the 25-yard line, averaging 5 yards per carry, and a touchdown so far today is Jones.
Yeah, and it looks like Riley, you just have to try and make some more stops before you can get a first down and just wait out until the 2-minute warning and then start thinking about making some timeouts.
2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. All the way down to 4 seconds on the play clock. Here's a run to the right side. Jones has a hole. Can he get to the pylon? He cannot. Down at the 6-yard line. Clock continues to run. My goodness. Nick Goodman in the play calling right now. Keeping it on the ground has been phenomenal.
Yeah,
2-minute warning.
Yeah, absolutely. Cooking right now is Nick Goodman as he goes into the final stretch of this game up 3 and in great field position.
So Riley's got to find a stop within the next 3 plays. Truthfully, it could be 4-down territory for Nick if we're being honest. If he gets down to like the 1-yard line, go ahead and pin Riley, having to go 99 yards.
Yeah, it gets a little tricky right now because, you know, in Madden, any time is plenty of time to try and make a comeback because, you know, anything can happen. It's not actual football, so some will occur.
Nick Goodman's been classified as one of the best Madden players that some people in the room have ever seen. Can he capitalize on that here? Brady under center. Hands off to Jones. Pushes to the left side. Right up the gut and into the end zone.
Yeah, and great job by the offensive line for the Buccaneers, rolling out the red carpet and allowing Nick just to run right in. And now it's looking like he's almost icing the game. I feel like we've said that 2 or 3 times, David, but it is not looking good for the program for Riley Carlson.
Riley's still with all of his timeouts. His suck-up makes the extra point. 45-35, your new score. The Buccaneers up on the Titans. It's the most points that Nick has scored in this tournament so far. Previously, his high was 36 in the first round.
Yeah, this is one of the most high-scoring games we've seen in Super Bowl history, period, David. So this is very exciting, and the people are getting what they paid for.
Defenses don't give a apparently. 45-35. 10-point game with 1:56. Riley with all timeouts. Tries to find Derrick Henry, but Ryan Tannehill not on the same page.
And you can see the pressure really getting to Riley and Tannehill right now. The lights are getting brighter, the pressure is getting steamier, and they are just having to make a play.
Feels like a sauna inside SoField. Tannehill, deep ball to Julio Jones. One-on-one, 50-50, and he brings it down.
Absolute wild catch from Riley, but that's exactly what he needs to try and make a comeback.
Riley not trying to burn timeouts. Goes right back to the same route, and the ball is broken up. Nick Goodman was ready for it that time.
And right there is why I like to call the Bobby Phillips special when you see a play work and you do the hurry-up offense before the defense can adjust and try and make the same play happen again. However, it was a 50-50 ball, so that way it will go Nick's way, and unfortunately, Riley cannot execute.
2nd and 10 from the Bucs 37. Rolling out right on the run. Tannehill throws, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, some risky passes trying to be made by Riley and could get picked off. However, that's what you need to do if you want a chance for a comeback.
3rd and 10. Obviously 4-down territory. Don't really think I needed to specify that. Line to the left is Derrick Henry. Tannehill looks that way, fires to Henry, climbs the ladder, but he can't bring it down.
It gets
so
a little...
one last shot. Carlson could kick a field goal here.
Yeah, that could get interesting. Big play right here.
It'd be about a 54-yard attempt from this spot, Bobby.
Yeah. Here he goes.
Big time kick. Game on the line. 54-yarder on the way. It has the line, and it's good.
And what a great play right there from Riley Carlson, locking in and making the field goal. But the job is not done, David, as he has to try and get an onside kick and get even a chance to try and tie, let alone win this game.
Yeah, and I'd almost elect to go for the normal kickoff, but Riley elects to still go for the onside kick. He still has all 3 timeouts, but onside kicks are impossible to recover in Madden. Don't think Riley knows that.
Yeah, and he also doesn't really know the technique, the finesse of the onside kick, In my years of playing in the past, I'm a retired player now, but during my playing career, I was able to hone that in, and I was still a pretty good onside kicker.
You were such a sweat.
I mean, I got to do what I got to.
Hey now, I'm not a player. I'm only a broadcaster. That's why I stay in the booth. Here's a handoff, and continuing to make some moves is Jones.
Yeah, you can see Riley starting to burn his timeouts, just trying to get some clock stoppage as he just needs anything to try and get this ball back with any time left
Bobby,
on the board.
because the onside kick was attempted and Nick has good field position, even if he's held to a 4th down, Nick still could kick a field goal and pretty much in the game.
Yeah, that would be a lose-lose situation.
And that's going to be a 1st down. Riley's going to take a timeout, but it's looking bleak.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. We'll see what Nick decides to do, because I have seen Nick take knees in Madden, which I've never seen from any other player ever.
And that's what
as
he's
he
gonna
will do, and he is no fun, but he is going for the win. You hear the crowds booing as Riley will pause the game in frustration.
Riley is frustrated. Nick Goodman, an extremely methodical player. Plays by the book. Tom Brady's going to take a knee.
We'll see if Nick decides to go again, as the fans are furious with this play calling. However, it seems like Nick cares more about the dub.
Nick Goodman cares about the trophy that sits in front of us up here in the booth. Don't know why it's in the booth with us, but
yeah, you'll love to see it. Oh, it looks like Nick might be going for something here.
Could the peer pressure have gotten to him? It'll be a handoff to Jones. He'll be slung down to the backfield by Evans.
Yeah, still needs to be one more play on the board. It looks like Nick will just do it. He is giving in to the pressure from the fans. There is still one more play, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. The game is not over because Nick still has one more play, and Riley possibly able to answer back.
Riley's got to return this for a pick 6 if he wants any kind of a chance. 7 seconds. Play clock at 1 second. Snaps the ball. Brady back in the pocket. Fires towards the end zone as time expires. Out the back of the end zone. Zeros on the clock. And the 5 seed in Nick Goodman is your WASU Madden champion.
And what a great performance by Nick. He was down early. Riley was cooking, but he kept his head straight. He stayed calm and was able to come back and get the dub in commanding fashion.
Now let's go down to the field with Pixie Hawker and hear from our new champion.
Crazy to see how many people care about this dumb video game. How does it feel to win, Nick?
I mean, it feels pretty good. It's definitely one of the moments of all time at WASU. I've felt pretty fortunate to be able to play with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the whole time. I definitely would say that would help. Riley was a good opponent. I'm going to give some credit to him. He played really well in this game. But, yeah, I'm a WASU Madden champion. Let's go.
All right, I'm going to bring in our commissioner to give him the trophy.
Nick Goodman, WASU Madden Super Bowl champion. Here's your trophy. Yeah, give it up for Nick. You got a lot of fans here cheering for you. What's that mean?
Oh, it means a lot to see a lot of people come out. I mean, obviously, the game went really long, a little late into the day, but it's good to see all the people that stuck around, that watched the Madden tournament, that are here to support me as I'm getting this championship.
It was a long regular season and a long tournament to get to this point. Take us through the journey.
Well, it was just a bunch of close games, really. Every single game I played came down to one score, whether it was the first game being a touchdown late in the game, the second game I could have lost from a touchdown at the last minute, and then this game ended up only being 3 points. So it's a bunch of hard-fought games, but I stayed tough, I stayed to my game plan, and I didn't shy away from it.
Give it up one more time for Nick Goodman, your WASU Madden Super Bowl champion.
Hi, I'm Willow, the WASU mascot, and you should go to WASU and Boone Bigfoot's Battle of the Bands on April 12th at 5 p.m. right here at the George G. Beasley Media Complex. I hope to see you there.
Welcome back to the post game of the Madden Super Bowl. It was Nick Goodman that is victorious over Riley Carlson, 45-38. A great game. Nick kind of fumbled out of the start, but really got his footing and led for the entire rest of the game. He is our champions. How are we feeling about the outcome of this game?
I mean, the game was just so intense and it was just crazy the entire time. I mean, crazy. I was crazy once, and they put me in a rubber room with rats, and then the rats made me crazy. Well, I was crazy once, and then they put me in a rubber room.
Okay, yeah, that's enough, Katie. Now, I always agree with Katie's points, and it was obviously an intense game. I had to shed a few layers. If you could see, I'm not wearing my Browns sweatshirt anymore. They have no business being in a Super Bowl, so had to get rid of them. But yeah, Nick proved he's the best player in the world. Him and Mahomes, 1-2. I don't know who's number one, who's number two. That's the debate. We'll see it on First Take tomorrow. We'll be waiting for Stephen A's answer, but for now, we know Riley is number two.
You know, I mean, I agree with everything the panels had to say. The only thing, you know, obviously, I was the only one who had faith in Riley. I picked the Titans to win the Super Bowl. But I will say, if I knew he was going to be a fucking moron, I wouldn't have picked him. You know, I just don't understand. It's multiple 4th and shorts. He gets a little cute. He goes for the fucking fake punt. I mean, come on. You have Derrick Henry. And you'd think he learned his lesson, right? Nope. 4th and inches. And he goes with fat Ryan fucking Tannehill. Are you fucking kidding me? All right, come on now. You have Derrick Henry, the freight train, the king. Come on. I mean, let's be serious. Just very unfortunate.
Yeah, real poetic over there. I appreciate that. Unfortunately, in a game like this, you have a winner, but you also do have a loser. And our very own Ryan Hendricks is with that loser in the locker room.
Riley, you kept us here all night, and I don't even see any champagne in the room. What regrets do you have from this game?
No regrets. No regrets. It was a really fun time. Credits to Nick. He was fun to play with, and you know, I left it all out on the field. You know, I probably shouldn't have gone for it on 4th and 40, but what can you do?
Yeah, you think if you didn't do that dumbass play, you think you would have won?
I think so. I actually think I'm the better Madden player. Honestly, I think if it comes down to it, you know, when it came down to it, I was able to score when I wanted to. I just, you know, let him score too much at the end.
And final question, will you be calling Nick Daddy?
No, that will not be happening. I'm Riley Carlson, and Nicholas Goodman is my daddy.
Wow, can you believe that? He actually called him his daddy. That's
got to be a top 10 moment caught on television.
It really.
Me personally, I wouldn't have done that. You know, me personally, like I wouldn't have let that happen to me.
Yeah.
Riley may be different from me. Like, I don't know. I don't want to speculate.
Riley's a loser.
Yeah, right. 100%.
I might have just stormed right out of that locker room and just told that reporter that I'm finished. But hey, I'm not Riley. Unfortunately, Riley Carlson did lose, but you know what? It's good for Nick Goodman as he takes the 45-38 point win in the Madden Super Bowl. We are so happy that you just decided to take your evening to spend it with us.